I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. My history starts with coming to this country as a child, about 3 years old, from Havana, Cuba, from Cuba. I came with my family, and we were political refugees. And we settled in New York City, and that's where I grew up. And then I went to college there, and then eventually medical school at SUNY Stony Brook, which is out on Long Island. From there, I went on to residency in Boston, and then after I completed that, I started my career. I was inspired to go into this profession initially because at first I really was interested in being a psychologist, so I knew I wanted to work with people. In college, I studied sociology and social work, and then I realized that I would probably have more influence as a physician. There were many physicians in my family, and my mother was a pharmacist, so there were a lot of medical people in my family, and I was always very interested in science because I love to know how things work, and how better to know things than how the body works. Just immensely interesting, and I knew that in this profession I would never be bored. And that's one of the worst things that could happen for me, is to be bored. And so I haven't been disappointed. I love what I'm doing. I started my business right after residency. I completed my residency in 1989. And from there, I did a variety of practices. And I eventually moved from the Boston area down to the Texas area because I wanted to be in warmer weather. And then I worked in several practices here. At some point, I decided I wanted to be my own boss. So in 2000, I actually purchased a clinic practice that dealt with wound care and lymphedema management. And I didn't know anything about either. I knew about being a primary care physician, but I didn't know about that. And so once again, I was flying by the seat of my pants, and it was great because I did a lot of learning. I did a lot of research and reading and going to conferences, and I learned how to do my job really well and help so many people, because so many people suffer from these things, and it's difficult sometimes to heal from these wounds. And lymphedema is something that people don't know about, and many doctors don't know how to treat. So I felt I was really filling in a space that needed to be filled. The services I offer really deal with wellness consultation at this point. I'm no longer doing wound care and lymphedema. I am doing consultations for wellness. I've learned how to do many things along the way while I was in my clinic. I studied functional medicine, herbal medicine, acupuncture, nutrition, all these things, because I knew this was necessary to help people improve their health. And it served me really well. I chose my current business location because it's very close to where I live. I'm in central Austin, and it's not difficult for me to get to work. I can work here in the office, and I can also work online. So I've learned to do that very well additionally. People are made aware of my business through some of my networking activity. I belong to several networking groups. I also have a presence on Facebook under my name, and also under Quantum Heal, which is the name of my company. I am on LinkedIn, and I have a website, myquantumheal.com. Technology has caused me to increase some of the things that I do that I may not be too comfortable with. Even though my husband's an engineer, I'm not totally comfortable with technology, and I've had to put some effort into doing social media work. I've also learned how to do some online visits. So telehealth is become a very big thing now, and I've become very comfortable with that. I've started doing podcasting. I never did that before. So I am willing to get out of my comfort zone and learn what I need to learn so that I can keep up with things and I can get the word out. The ultimate goal is for me to be able to reach people. As far as ethical concerns in my business, as a physician, I'm very well trained in keeping client confidentiality. We train in that all the time, and my business is HIPAA compliant on all levels, so that everything's kept confidential. What sets me apart from other businesses in the same space is that I concentrate on wellness care. I give my clients all the time they need. I look for the root cause, and then I take very detailed personal histories. I want to get to know my clients very well from the bottom up. I want to know everything that's going on with them and what's gone on with them in the past, and what's going on that's causing them to continue to have issues and problems. So we find solutions. The way I came up with the name of my company, which is Quantum Heal, is because I am very interested in quantum physics and quantum mechanics and the mind-body connection. And I want to affect helping my clients at every level, at the deepest level, even you might say at the subatomic level, so that healing is complete. As far as mentors in my life, my first mentor was my mother. She was an incredible teacher. She's no longer with us, but I often still think of her and reach out to her in my own way. And then I've had a lot of other mentors along the way in terms of as far as teachers are concerned, professors, and also other what I would call kind of masters out there in the world. I read a lot, and I have some favorite authors or teachers, David Hawkins. I attribute my success to my ability to be flexible. I love to learn, I love to read, I love to do research, and I'm willing to try new things. I get out of the box. I'm very much, someone who is willing to get out of the box, to reach out and find a solution, even if it's a little unusual. Because I realize that we don't know everything we need to know. There's so much we don't know. And so we have to be willing to go outside of our comfort zone to find answers sometimes. What I would tell people about pursuing their dreams in their businesses and in their life is to follow your passion. Love what you do and do what you love. It's so important. You're more likely to do a great job if you love what you're doing. What's unique about my company is that I'm very flexible, and if I have to shift and change, I will. I'm a one-person company, one-person deal, so I can do what I want. So it's great. And I can add things to what I'm doing, or I can take them away. I suppose that's what's unique about me. My company's goals are to be able to reach many people and inspire them to improve their health, and to know that it's not a difficult task. It's important for people to realize that if they focus on what they want, they can have it. They can have their dreams. and they can have better health. And sometimes it takes baby steps. You have to be patient, but don't ever give up. Keep going in the right direction, and you'll eventually get there. The most crucial thing for me in my business is that I have the freedom to do what I feel is right for clients, and that I love what I'm doing. It's important for me to have that passion for my work, and to love going to work every morning. I want to wake up in the morning and say, I can't wait to see what meets me today, so that I can enjoy, my life. Where I see my business in 5 years, hopefully, is that I am doing a lot of teaching and I'm creating things, maybe even writing a book. Who knows? I am open to many things. I am someone who is very changeable. So I'm not going to bind myself to doing one thing or another. Opportunities come my way, and I respond to them. What motivates me to do my work is my ability to be innovative and creative, and to implement new things. And as I watch them working out well, it gives me a lot of joy. So it's important for me. Happiness is very important for me as a value and a goal in my life. What I like most about the work I do is that I can see results right away with some clients, because they'll let me know that what I've done has helped them and has allowed them to put a new perspective on things. If I've inspired them to have better health and to feel better about their lives and themselves, then I think I've done my job. For me, there's not a routine day on the job. I do so many different things. I'm very diversified in what I do. So my days can look like seeing clients either in person or online. I could be also another day mentoring nurse practitioners. Um, I could be going to meetings or teaching. I'm teaching a course at the end of the month on neurolinguistic programming, hypnosis, timeline therapy, and coaching, where people can get their practitioner certificates in each of those fields, so 4 certifications. And I love to teach, so I am really looking forward to that. I think it's important for me to have my business give back to the community, and I do that with a variety of different charities. Charities dealing with animal things, wildlife rescue, some of the shelters in the area, because I love animals. It's so important uh, to help them. And I have several rescue dogs myself. I only now get rescue dogs when I do get pets, and they're like my family. They're not just pets. And I also give to other causes that help people, the food bank and what have you, whatever is necessary. If I get a request, I'm going to help. It makes me feel good. I'm so passionate about my business because it allows me to have the freedom I need to be a lifelong learner and to help people improve their lives, to inspire them, to teach them. There's so much of that that's needed in this day and age. People don't know how to improve their health. It can be very daunting and confusing. There's so much information out there. They're constantly getting bombarded with commercials about this, that, and the other thing. And I want to make it simple for them, because if it's simple, they'll do it. And hopefully they'll feel better. The one thing I would do if I had unlimited resources is I would probably create some kind of foundation or nonprofit where I could do a lot of teaching on various mediums, create webinars, courses, and what have you. And I can give back to the community in a big way that way, and can do a lot of influencing of people in helping them improve their health.